It is that time of the month again where we talk about hot takes and heart checks. Hot takes and heart checks, where we're going to be discussing questions, top questions that a lot of couples have in their marriage or as they're about to get into marriage. And sometimes these questions make you laugh. Some of these questions are going to make you think, or some of the answers that we're going to be providing. And some of them are going to make you uneasy, but it's all to help move your marriage to the next level. All right, that is what we're going to be talking about on today. Welcome to my Darling Bride podcast, powered by the RNF Network. My name is Yemi Emmanuel. I go by PY.
And I'm Lonnie O.
On this podcast, we dig, discover, and deploy biblical gems for the building or rebuilding of kingdom homes and relationships.
Yes, we are on a mission to equip couples on how to build on a rock-solid foundation, cultivate a culture of honor and respect, invest intentionally and consistently in your relationship or your marriage, defend your union, and lastly, empower one another towards purpose.
Absolutely. This is where love meets legacy. But I'd like to say this is where real love meets real talk. We've got a good one for you today. Let's get it. All right, so we're talking about hot takes and heart checks. If you don't know, every last week of the month, every last week, Sunday of the month, as the episode comes out every Sunday, every last Sunday of the month, we use that time to answer questions that we have gotten, that people are asking us based on some of the things they've heard us say, some of the episodes we've talked about and we've discussed, and we just kind of compile those questions and use the last week of the month to answer some of those questions. We cannot answer every single one of them, but we're going to be talking about top 5 on today. And the first one was,
should couples have joint accounts, or is that too controlling?
Should couples have joint accounts, or is that too controlling? The fact that the word controlling comes in that. If you said, is that too transparent? Is that too trusting? Is that too open?
Right.
Because, I get that, but when you say is that too controlling?
Yes, because some people can look at it as, you're monitoring each other's spending. And most of the time it's usually like, it's monitoring of the woman's spending because, the man is the breadwinner. He's the one that makes money, that even though we're in 2025, it looks any kind of way now. But it usually just seems like, okay, if you know what I'm spending on, you could be questioning me and that could come off as controlling. So should couples have joint accounts?
Well, let me
I feel like we've talked about this a lot before on our show. If you follow us.
We have. And the fact that question is coming up again is really telling, right? It's telling me that people have a problem with accountability. You get married so you can be accountable
to each other.
If you want to be your own person, you don't need marriage. Can I say that again? If you are your own person, I do my own thing. I don't can no man tell me nothing. No woman is gonna control me. Blah blah blah. You don't want to be accountable. Listen, you don't have to get married. One of the things that comes with marriage is accountability. And guess what? If we have to have joint accounts to be accountable, then guess what? We have joint accounts.
Why not?
So that we can be accountable. You feel me? Now here is the danger, if you will, the side of the account, having joint account that people don't really want to talk about is the spenders and the savers. When you have a situation where you have one who is a spender and doesn't have good financial management, it makes it a little dangerous to want to have an account with them because they can spend recklessly.
I would have looked at it the other way, but that's a good point.
You know what I mean? They can spend recklessly. So you
don't want to combine your money with that person.
So that even if they squander all of their money, at least we have this money, because
I think it just boils down to money management.
It boils down to
money management and financial responsibility in the sense of, if I don't want to combine money with you because I feel like you'll be reckless with the money, that in and of itself is a problem.
It is a problem
that needs to be fixed.
Yes.
Now, doesn't mean you have to have a joint account, because every couple works different. Whatever works for you works for you. Hold on, let me finish. Every couple is different, right? Whatever works for your marriage works for your marriage.
Sure.
You don't it's such you don't have to have a joint account, right? Let me finish. But are you gonna let me finish, or you want to just interject? Okay, go ahead.
When you make statements like that, as a leader, you got to be careful. You don't have to this, you don't have to that. You don't have to this, you don't have to that.
You don't have to do anything.
You ain't got to do nothing.
Exactly. That's my point. You don't have to do anything.
No, that's not your point.
That is my point.
No. Your point is
How you gonna tell me my point?
No. Your point when you make a point.
No. Don't go there. Don't go there. My point is not saying that's my stance.
Okay.
You want me to tell you what I believe?
When somebody says, should I?
Because I'm saying, okay, hold on. I'm saying you don't have to, because meaning what works for me might not work for you. That's where that sentiment is coming from. But should you have a joint account? I'm a believer of everything is one. You put everything together. I'm sitting here. I got a joint account with my husband. Everything is joint. Everything from head to toe is joint.
My darling.
So yes, that's different from. You got to understand, you can't just give, you can give your own opinion. And I was getting to that. No, hold on. I was getting to that. But here's the thing. You got to learn to balance it for some people too at the same time, because everybody has different situation. Everybody has how their life works that might not look like the norm. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's where the balance comes in. Now, am I saying that's the right thing to do? Based on what I believe and based on what I believe the Bible supports? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, based on situations, some people might believe they can't have joint account for their couple or their relationship or their marriage.
Okay.
But do I believe in joint accounts? Absolutely, I do it. I've done it before we even got married. So I'm a believer.
So here's my take. There are a lot of opinions out there. There are a lot of modes and operations and methods and
ways to go about things
and opinions and things like that, right? When we come here and we talk and we teach and we do all these things, that we discuss these matters, right? One thing I want to make clear is we don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion. You don't have an opinion. The only thing that has an opinion is the Bible. And so we allow the Bible to speak. You then do with that what you will. When you say, should I, you're really asking, does the Bible
You're asking us.
You know what I'm saying? You're asking us, but the only answer that you should take from whatever we say is what the Bible says.
Definitely, yes.
So we don't have an opinion on any matter. It's what does the Bible say on things? That's what we're going to give you. Now, here's where I'm going with that. The reason I'm saying that is because when Jesus was in Matthew chapter 19, verse 8, right? They were asking Jesus questions, right? And they said, well, Moses permitted us to divorce. You understand what I'm saying? To divorce your wives because your hearts were hard. Now, Jesus was telling them in Matthew 18, Jesus Christ, he was telling them in Matthew 19. I want to read it for you. Matthew 19 and 8.
Okay.
They were essentially asking Jesus about divorce, about separation, about things like that. And Jesus was like, Moses allowed you to do that because of your hard-heartedness.
Okay.
But I love what Jesus said, that the clause B of that statement, where Jesus was like, but in the beginning, it was not so.
Correct.
And that's where we really got to go. In the beginning, just because it has now become a norm, just because it has now become, every family can decide what they want to do and things like that. You do this, you do that, blah, blah, blah. Just because we now have different variations of how we handle our life and our families and our home and our union and things like that, does not mean that's what it was in the beginning. And so Jesus is saying, just because Moses allowed you guys to go ahead and get divorced, simply because your heart was hard, and you wouldn't listen.
That's why I said do whatever.
That's why I said go ahead and do whatever you want. But in the beginning, it was not so.
So we're saying that's the same situation.
It's the same situation. It's anything that brings about separation in the home is in the beginning was not so, is my point. So Whatever your situations and reasoning may be, I get it. There are bad spenders, there are good spenders. There are situations where you want to have something separate and you want to do blah, 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 blah. I get it. I understand the logical standpoint, but I'm telling you where the Bible stands on matters. Anything that leads to separation, because the Bible says, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. When you begin to have separate accounts, you begin to do separate things. You have separate lives, separate income, separate this, separate that. You're putting asunder in what God has joined together.
That's what I wanted to ask. Really, can you then say, or can he even be looked at as you're bringing separation into the home because you're not putting your income together?
If we're being blunt, yes. Because there is no your income, my income. The moment we got married, it's our income. Now, here's the thing. Could you have hundreds of accounts that serves multiple different purposes, where we say, this is your credit card, this is my credit card, this is that, in order to help our collective goal? Sure. That's not separation. That ain't what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, if you say, my money is your money, and my money is my money, your money is your money. Now, we have these responsibilities. Out of your money, you can bring something. Out of my money, I'll bring something. But I don't play that with you.
So now,
my money is my money, your money
let
is
me
your
put
money.
this on the
That's
table
not
too.
marriage.
Okay, so now let me put this on the table, right? Because I want to clear it up for people as much as possible, right?
Please.
Now, there's some people in some situation that they have joint accounts, right? They put all their income there, but then they have individual spending accounts.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So he still has his own separate account. I still have my own separate account. We have a joint account in which we put all our funds together, but you have your allowance account. We put some, based on budgeting, we put some money in there. You can spend however you see fit. You know what I'm saying? Is that still classified as joint account, or is that still classified as we're still doing separate?
No, that's joint account.
That's why
that's joint account, because again, remember, it's what we're trying to deal with here. No matter how you dice it and twist and turn it, at the end of the day, what we're dealing with is separation, inherent separation, where from a mental spiritual standpoint, where you want to build separation. That's number one. Number two, we're also trying to deal with the concept of mine.
Exactly. And that's why
those two does not work in marriage.
That's why I wanted to clear it up, right? Because there are people, some people might still look at it as, yeah, we have a joint account, but we still have separate accounts. So am I falling in that category of separation? Because remember, it's not about the word separate, it's about the intention, the mind behind it. And that's why I wanted to clear it up, right? And that's why I said, if you go back to what I was saying in the beginning, what works for you and works for your relationship. That's a form of how that doesn't work for us. We put everything together. We spend from the same account. That's what works for us.
Hold on. I don't want us to overbeat.
No, it's not overbeating it. I want you to understand.
I understand what you're saying.
I want you to understand it and help simplify it so people can get the word. When you say don't put asunder, and what does putting asunder look like? We have a form of how we put our money together. Everything is together. There's no, you have your account, I have my account. Every single thing is together.
Well, you have your credit cards, I have my credit cards.
But we're both authorized on it.
Exactly.
That's still joint.
That's still joint.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, even when you said just now that if you we'll put our money together in one account, and then you have stipends, you have allowances and things like that. First of all, it's a joint thing. Why? Because it's an agreed upon.
Right, exactly. That's where I wanted to drive at.
Exactly. Again, but that is not separation. That is not the same as you can formulate and design it however way it works for you. No. In that context, yes, that makes sense.
Okay.
But if we're formulating what works for us, when you make a statement like that, it's a broad statement. And anybody could take that and say, well, PY and PL said,
understandable.
I do my money my way, you do your money your way.
No.
This is what works for us in this home. So that's what we're doing. No.
PL would say that.
No,
that's not what I was saying. I was just trying to drive at that. Even within the joint account, putting money together, it looks different ways based on how you set that up. The bottom line is the togetherness, the oneness in everything. There's no mine, there's no yours, it's ours. Every single thing, the debt. Listen, when you get married, I'm sorry, your debt becomes mine becomes yours. That's just how it is. Everything becomes combined because that's what it means to become one flesh.
Absolutely.
That's the emphasis of that.
Exactly.
The fine-tuning of the mindset of, I still have mine, you still have yours. Yeah, we'll put it together in this joint, but I still have mine, you still have yours.
And that's
none of that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
That's
because
the mentality.
moment, like you just said it, the moment you say mine, your burdens is not my burdens. Your debts are not my debts. You know, your situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You broke, I ain't broke.
Right.
It's like, hey,
man.
You feel me? It's like, what we doing? You know?
Okay, I'm glad we hashed that out. Yeah. Let's move on because we was about to throw hands. We were saying the same thing, but not really. Okay, next.
Next question.
Next question. Would you move to another city or country for your spouse? Okay, should you? That's not how they wrote it, but should you move to another country? Should you move to another country or city for your spouse's dream? This is another one. I asked you the question. What you waiting for?
So here, this is the one where I would say is up to the couple, right? In a case like this, it's up to the couple.
Right.
And I want to say something very quickly. Distance is not the same as separation.
Separation, yeah.
Right? Distance is not the same as division. I used to say this jokingly a lot of times when we first moved out of New York. And, you know, one of the talks around that time was my relationship with my spiritual father, right? And it was a thing of, look, even from 1,000 miles away, I'm closer to him now
than before. When you were right next to him.
I'm closer to him now. I'm closer to him more than those who are right next to him every day, all day. Right? Because distance has nothing to do with whether we're still together.
Exactly.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's a matter of what is the collective goal, right? For example, we talked about the lady who, oh man, I forgot her name. She's an actress. She's in part of this big show, Miss Cheryl.
Abbott Elementary.
Exactly.
I think her name is Shirley something.
Something like that.
Something like that. I forgot her name.
She has a career, a show they shoot the show in Philly. And her husband is in California or something.
Oh, I think it's the other way around. I think he's in Philly. He's a senator or something like that in Philly. And she's in Cali, yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. One of them is in Philly. One of them is in Cali.
Like that, right? And at the end of the day, that's what works for them.
Yeah, that's what came to mind.
Because career, because of one reason or another, there are people, for example, maybe one person is working, the other person is not. Yeah. Maybe one person can walk away from their job and easily get another one wherever they go. Like, for example, a nurse could get a job anywhere, to be quite honest, here in America. And so if you have a husband who maybe works in a particular field and he gets transferred to another country, another state, another city, or whatever the case may be difficult in the beginning, but at least maybe you can make it work. Again, in that case,
it's up to you.
It's up to the couple to really sit down and decide, how does this kind of work with us?
Yeah.
Should you, if it's feasible, F-E-A-S-I-B-L-E, not if it's feasible, yes, you should, you can.
Did you spell just now?
Feasible.
Okay, continue.
That's why I spelled it. Okay. For people like you. For people like you, if it's feasible, right? I'm not saying visible. If it's feasible.
Right.
If it's feasible, then sure, make it happen. If it's not, then that's a completely different conversation. Yeah. But should you? Yes, you should if it's feasible. If it's feasible.
I think for what I would add to that, and I agree 100%, 1,000%, is two things that are important when it comes to that: agreement and sacrifice.
Yep.
I feel like it is up to the couple based on however their life is set up. But as long as you guys are in agreement, That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
As long as you're in agreement and understand that at some point in your relationship, in your marriage, because it's two of you in there, you have to sacrifice for each other. So that could also come in play. And God is the one that he has given us sacrificial love. He has given us unconditional love.
I think the word that I would probably use, agreement, yes, number
Instead
one.
of
But instead of
sacrifice?
sacrifice, I probably use compromise.
Compromise.
Right? Because
Compromise, yes,
yeah.
that's the right word.
Because I don't want situations where people are getting to the point where
it's like one-sided or
is
something.
yeah.
No. Compromise. Right.
And now my career wants us to
And
move back where
the
we
same
came.
thing goes with compromise too. Compromise is not one way, neither is sacrifice. What we're just trying to say is you have to be able to compromise with each other, and it's not one-sided.
On both sides.
It's two-sided. So I feel like once you have those two things, you can move mountains.
I wanna reiterate that compromise. And the compromise has to be a shared compromise.
Yes.
If one person feels like they got the shorter hand of the stick, there may be resentment later on in life. You don't want that.
Yes.
And whatever choice we're making, whatever actions, whatever decisions we're making, we have to make it in a selfless position. You cannot say, babe, this is my career. I got to go. Whether you come with me or not, it don't make a difference.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
going, I'm doing what I mean,
before
do.
You even got to that point, I felt like conversations should have been had. I mean, I this is just my take. I just feel like before you get to the point where it's not just a one-time thing where it's like, oh, this job came, I gotta take it. It's a thing of, man, this is a possibility. What can we do? Like, this just should be multiple levels of communication that should have happened. So that way you can come to a decision if compromise is needed. So I feel like communication is a big one in that too.
Give and take.
Yeah.
Give and take, right?
Yeah.
Let the compromise come from both people.
Sides. Yes.
That's the way, because then
it's not like one person's always compromising. I'm always the one compromising.
It's not even so much that. It's not even so much that I compromise today, you compromise tomorrow kind of thing. I'm saying if we're going to make a move like that, to a different country, a different city, a different state, let it be where one person gets some of what they want and let the other person get some of what they want as well.
And what if you can't? What if that situation doesn't give you the opportunity,
like, for example,
to be able to satisfy?
Let me give an example. You want to move to Thailand, for example.
Wonderful.
Your job wants to take you to Thailand, whatever. Okay, great. I'll go to Thailand, but we have to live in this area of Thailand. I have to be able to do this. I have to be able to do that. You follow what I'm saying?
I get it. It just depends.
You gotta work.
No. I get it. The only reason why I said that, what if that doesn't happen, is because in some situation it could just be a thing of, there's nothing like this thing that comes up doesn't benefit me in any way.
No, there's no way. There's no way it's not going to benefit you one way or another.
I mean, you're right, because there's no way. It's something that would probably bring something that benefits the family.
There's no way it's not going to benefit.
If it doesn't benefit,
if it doesn't benefit, then it's a bad decision to make.
I agree.
It's a selfish decision to make.
I agree.
You've got to present it in a way.
It's not just presenting it.
No. I know you gotta go about it in a way that is going to be beneficial for everybody. Now, granted, somebody may get more benefit than another,
right?
But at least we all get something,
right? Okay.
You've got to have that mentality. I'm telling you now, because if you don't, it's not a shared decision.
Because
it's not a shared action. It's not a shared
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Resentment will come.
Yeah.
You will be shocked as to where it's coming from.
And that's why a lot of people get to the point where it's like they feel like they are the one always compromising, mostly because they didn't see anything they benefited from that decision.
Exactly.
It should feel like our thing, not just yours.
And exactly. And the day they want to compromise or they want something, and you are now in the position to sacrifice. You may not say, well, I don't know.
Sacrifice and lay. What are you asking for?
Exactly. So it's got to be a shared beneficial. If it doesn't benefit everybody in one way or another,
reevaluate it. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Next one. Should you? Is it okay? This one is a quick one. Let's just move on. Is it okay to go to bed angry, or should every argument be settled before sleeping?
You answer that.
I mean, we talked about this before. Let me tell you something. I feel like there's some things you don't have to settle. To be quite honest, you can move on from it. I feel like at times we get so into a box of we must talk everything out and nitpick and solve everything.
Pause you right there.
Hold on, but I feel like there's some things that I feel like maybe you need to give it time. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that you don't have to address it, but maybe in that moment, it's not when you need to address it.
You're not answering the question.
What's the question?
Is it okay to go to bed angry?
Is it okay to go to bed angry? So this is pertaining to just going to bed. It's not in general.
No. No.
Are we talking about just going to bed? Like we should not wake. We should not go to sleep angry.
No, darling.
Is that what we're talking about? Because
so here's the thing. We don't have to resolve it.
But don't go to bed angry.
But we don't have to be angry. That's the challenge right there. No, because a lot of times we always think because we are disagreeing, we are in disagreement right now, we have to be angry at each other.
You're right.
That's not true.
You're right.
I could disagree with you and still move on with my life. I've trained myself to do that.
Right. I was gonna say
you on the other
First of all, no. I was just about to say I've trained myself to do that.
You on the other end, one thing, and the whole day is done.
No. I was just about to say I've trained myself.
I know.
No, I feel like honestly, you get to a certain point, and a certain I don't want to say maturity because I wouldn't really say that, but you get to a certain point where you should be able to move on, even if that situation is not resolved and you have to come back to it. You should be able to move on with life, right? I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Like if I'm upset, I'm upset. If I'm upset, I'm upset. Especially with this man over here. Once it pisses me off, I don't know how to hide it. I don't know how to just move on, right? Unless I truly let it go. Do you see the dilemma? If I'm still upset about it, how can I just move on with my day like everything is all dandy, but I'm still Ocean do me. Ocean.
No. You don't have to move on like everything is all dandy.
No, because what I'm saying is, okay, you do something that pisses me off, right?
Yeah.
We don't resolve it. And the next thing you're asking me is, do you want to take a walk? No, I don't want to take a walk with you because I'm pissed off right now. And you haven't done anything to make me be pissed off at you. That's bad language, but bad English, but whatever. But I guess you just have to get to a certain point. Yes, I agree with you. And I'm working on it too, right? Because I've noticed that to some extent, I do that. To some extent, it's hard for me to let it go. But you do have to get to a certain point where even if you're in disagreement, even if you're not in agreement about something, it shouldn't just shut your day down. You should be able to move on. Like we have so much important things to talk about, to deal with on a daily basis. One thing pisses you off and all of a sudden everything is standstill is not ideal. I mean, I can't even imagine.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Let me tell you something. I can't even imagine being pissed off because I feel like there's so much we have to talk about that it's like, even if I'm pissed, I have no choice but to move on because we got stuff to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yes, don't go to bed angry. Lower that's the solution.
And we'll make grace for that. It's hard. It's tough. It's tough to do.
Not go. Yes,
it's tough to not go to bed angry, especially if you're always in your feelings and things like that.
You say you have trained yourself to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I can move on with we don't have to dwell on a matter. No, you can't beg to differ. You know it's true.
Can you tell me what I can do and I cannot do?
You know it's true. But should you? Because if you did go to bed angry, you would be going against the Bible, right?
Instead of you to make sure I don't go to bed angry.
Make sure.
Yes.
I can't control your emotions.
You can soften it. You can release it. You can help reduce it. Okay, let's do one more and go, please.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So last question. Whew, this is a toughy one. Is it really tough? Okay.
What is it?
If one person in the marriage is done with intimacy, is the marriage in trouble?
Short answer, yes.
Ben,
instantly,
instantly. Any other languages you got? How do you say yes in German? Sí. That's Spanish for you. Yes, a big yes. If one person is done with intimacy,
aware? Yeah.
If one person is done with intimacy, is the marriage in trouble?
Yes. There is no marriage without intimacy. Yes, there is no marriage without intimacy. There's partnership.
Yes,
there's
but
arrangement.
That's not marriage. Yes.
There's agreement.
Yes.
But that's not marriage.
Yes.
According to kingdom perspective, kingdom definition of marriage, you cannot have a marriage without intimacy.
Yes.
So if one person is done from an intimacy standpoint, the marriage is definitely in trouble.
Yes.
The marriage is not over.
It's not over.
It's definitely in trouble.
Did you hear that? It's not over because people like, intimacy is gone. It's done. I want to move on. Irreconcilable differences. You can't fix it.
Yes. I don't believe in irreconcilable differences.
No, they're just finding excuses to just run away. That means it's not done.
What was that? That was
They get it.
What is that? What?
Inside language, they get it.
Who are you talking to?
One more I want. They know that.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's in very big trouble.
Yeah.
But it's fixable.
Oh my goodness.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. All right. So hot takes and hard checks, man. Send more questions. We love answering these questions.
Yes.
With no fluff. No fluff, honesty. No stupidity, just straight up. No, truth. Because at the end of the day, man, we are in a generation of sensitivity and everything is offensive. And, this and that, but you just
truth is the truth.
Truth is truth.
Truth is truth.
Truth is truth. You
whatever it does to you.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, you want to come on the comment chat and argue? I would
go
politely. No, it's not. Let's go.
No, in a good way. You can. Let's go in a good way. What's wrong? Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Hallelujah. That's the Jesus in you.
Let's go.
I was going to refer you back to your father, but all right. I'll give you your papa. Hey,
we gotta sign out. We gotta sign out.
All right. Okay, so honestly, I hope we really have shared a tip or two to help solidify your kingdom union, not only with yourself, but also with others, and most importantly, with God on today.
Yes, don't forget to make sure you subscribe to this channel, share with your friends and family, and comment down below.
Until next time, be the light,
be the salt,
and remember,
all things are possible if you believe.
It's all love, no fighting, all love, all right? God bless you.